Hi, I'm Kelly Crowe, and this is my living history interview project. The person I interviewed is named Nick Dessev, and I chose to interview him because he's one of my neighbors who I see all the time and I know very well, but I don't know about him very well, if that makes sense. I didn't know a lot about his history or his personal story before interviewing him, even though I'm close enough with him to actually call him by his first name. Um, Nick was born and grew up for most of his life in Bulgaria, and he immigrated from Bulgaria to America in 1990 at the age of 22. Nick came to America alone as a young man on a journey to experience and to get to know the opportunities that existed here in America. Nick's father had actually already came to America at the time that Nick was coming over here, and Nick's father was living in Evanston, so that's where Nick first stayed after immigrating to America until he began school and would later meet his wife Anne, become a citizen, have a family, and live a long, happy life in America so far. So here is my interview. You came to America from Bulgaria when you were 19? Is that right?
It was 1990, which is, I was born in 68, so 22, I guess.
Okay. So what is the reason that you decided to come to America?
Opportunity. My dad was, at the time he lived in Evanston, and he had come to the States to work, and at some point he decided to stay here, and that was an opportunity for me to come and go to school, so I did.
Did you come by yourself?
Yes.
What was the rest of your family feeling?
Well, they were supportive. Living in Bulgaria, there weren't a lot of opportunity at the time. It was sort of it's a small country, and the communism had just fallen down, and there wasn't a lot going on. So, the general consensus was that coming to the States will be a good thing in terms of career and life in general.
So you knew that you were going to move here once you came here?
No, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how it's going to work out at all because there's legal issues. You need to get documents, permission to stay, visas, etc., etc. So I wasn't really sure how it's going to work, but that was sort of the intention, as America being the land of opportunity. So that was the intention. Since my dad lived here, I thought that it'd be probably easier to stay.
Was the whole legal process of becoming a citizen difficult?
It was somewhat obtuse because it wasn't clear what you need to do. So there were a lot of trips downtown to the immigration office and a lot of forms and not understanding what needs to be filled out and what documents you need and what the rules are. So it took a while, but then I met Anne and we got married. So that kind of sped everything up because there's different categories of immigrants, and if you get married first to a U.S. citizen, that speeds everything up. But we had to do interviews and forms, and it took a while to get there.
So your original plans were just to come here and go to school, see how everyone would work out?
Yes.
Did you follow your original plan of going to school, what you wanted to go to for?
No, I did not. As a matter of fact, it didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. I'd gone to music school in Bulgaria, so I wanted to come here and continue with music. And in the meantime, to maintain my status as a student, because I came here on a student visa, I had to go to college. So I went to one of the city colleges in Chicago, which for a while, and then I decided to audition at Northwestern for the music program. So I did that, and that went really well. Afterwards, when I had to apply to Northwestern, I was hoping to go to the master's program, but it was difference between between the diploma that I got in Bulgaria and the requirements here. So they essentially said you can't go to do masters. You have to do some undergrad to finish off what were the requirements for here. And at that point, things fell apart for me because I didn't have money to continue.
Right.
So I decided to to do something else, to do something practical, which is to work with computers. So that was kind of a major shift. So that wasn't planned, but it happened because it made more sense at the time.
Mm-hmm. While you were going through the whole schooling process and just coming here and getting to know everyone, did you feel like you stuck out a lot? Did you have troubles fitting in?
I think this country, everybody sticks out. I mean, it's even if you were born here, there's a lot of, you can be a total character. So I don't think I stuck out more than the average person. I think, there were a lot more crazy people than me. So it was, but definitely getting used to the country, getting used to the language. I watched a lot of TV to work on my English. You go through a period of adapting to life and language and customs and all that stuff. So it takes a while.
Right, but you were taught English in Bulgaria?
Yes, I did. I took my English lessons and I really liked English. So I really liked the language. So when I came here, I had to speak a lot. I had the grammar and the writing down, but the speaking part was what I had to catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And now that you're living here, is it hard to communicate with people back in Bulgaria?
I've definitely forgotten Bulgarian, so when I go back, it takes about 3-4 days until I go back into it. But it's there, it's in my head, it's there. It's just that vocabulary you forget words. So you use some strange, mix of Bulgarian and English and try to explain things to, people there with English words. And, funny enough, they know English enough to say, oh yeah, you mean this.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it takes, the language that you use the most is the one that you know the best, and it's easier to use. And anything that you don't use kind of goes by the side way. So you have to remember.
Yeah. Do you go back and visit often?
As often as I can. I just was back a month ago. And the previous time I'd been to Bulgaria was 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. So there was a big gap. We didn't go, but my mom came over here, so I didn't. But it was good to go back and see my friends, and get together and talk about stuff. To see how everything's changed. So it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Did you take your American family back to Bulgaria with you?
I have not taken my entire family to Bulgaria. Yana has been to Bulgaria when she was little, and she doesn't remember it. Anne's been to Bulgaria, but we have not gone back as a family back to Bulgaria.
Mm-hmm.
But we should definitely do that because it will be fun, I think.
Yeah. So overall, are you happy you came here?
Yes. I am. I have family. I have 2 beautiful kids. I have home. I mean, this is home now. Yeah, I think so.
And you think you're more successful here than you could have been in Bulgaria?
I don't know. That's hard to answer because you don't know how your life would have been in Bulgaria. So had I stayed, I don't know how I would have gotten used to. But there's definitely more opportunities here, so the chances are I probably did better here.
Mm-hmm.